Don't go to the Medicaid office for help. Don't do it. So they go ahead, they fill it out, and it's like, okay, sign there at the bottom. They sign, they go, application denied. Okay. So number 6, and this is a really bad one. Don't ever tell a Medicaid caseworker that mom or dad isn't going home. This is an unfortunate trick, and I'm going to call it what it is. It's a trick. When the Medicaid caseworker is asking, hey, are they going home? What they're really trying to do is get around an exemption. You are allowed to keep your primary residence up to a certain equity limit and still qualify for Medicaid. So you don't have to get rid of the family home. You don't get rid of your primary residence in order to qualify for Medicaid to pay for care. You get to keep it, as long as there is this subjective intent to return home. Doesn't have to be reasonable, doesn't have to be logical, it doesn't have to make any sense. But Medicaid is never going to take away someone's hope that they will return home someday. So they will not make you sell that house. However, if the power of attorney or the responsible person who's dealing with Medicaid because mom or dad can't, if they ever say, no, there is no intention to return home, that's it. You got to sell the house because there's no intent to return home. And this happened. A woman, she called up and she was really, really upset because she used the Medicaid office's plan, which was spend down everything. So basically they private paid and got mom pretty much bankrupt except for the house. And then Medicaid ended up kicking in and was paying for about 6 months. Meanwhile, the house needed a ton of repairs that the money could have been used on. There were plenty of other things that could have been done, but nope, she followed Medicaid's plan, the Medicaid office's plan, and there was just the house. And then the caseworker called her up. Oh, I'm just checking to see how your mom's doing. Is she okay? Well, she's got good days and she's got bad days. And, well, do you think she's ever going to go home? Oh, no, I don't think she's going to go home. I just don't see it happening. Oh, okay. Well, okay, thanks for letting me know. She gets a letter in the mail that Medicaid has been cut off until the house is sold. So she contacted us and did a little yelling and screaming, and they ended up having to back off. But this stuff happens. So, yeah, the Medicaid caseworker isn't your friend on this. Don't do and then ask for forgiveness. You know, I end up hearing this all the time. Well, okay, it's better to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. And unfortunately, this is something, it was ignored. We actually have it in our standard engagement agreements that our clients nor their fiduciaries, powers of attorney, or anybody is going to talk to any government agencies. And the situation we had, hey, it was a great plan. It actually worked really well in terms of getting things set up. Mom and dad had too much money. They had the house. Dad needed care. It was something that it was overnight. I believe it was a stroke, and then suddenly he needed custodial care, and it was time to, as soon as possible, get qualified for Medicaid. So we did what we had to do, shifted some things around, and one of those components was something called a Medicaid-friendly annuity, but we did it as like a promissory note between mom, so the money got shifted to mom. Mom ended up loaning son several $100,000. And then the terms were in about 3 months, he started making payments over the next year to pay her back. So it was off the table as an asset, and those income payments were going to mom. And with luck, fingers crossed, the money coming into mom would have been after Medicaid was approved for dad. Great. So everything was in process. The application was submitted. Everything was on course. But the son, he knew better. He knew better than anybody. Why is this taking so long? Look, the Medicaid office does what it's going to do. Just sit tight. Yeah, okay. We get notice that the Medicaid application is denied. Okay, why was this thing denied? And I was looking into it. My associate, David Cole, was looking into it. Why did this happen? Turns out he decided, the son, I'm going to call that Medicaid caseworker and I'm going to find out what's going on. So the caseworker started engaging him in conversation. Oh, okay, yeah, we're working on it now. It's everything's we're working on it. Why did you move this money from dad to mom? Well, yeah, it's mom's money. Okay. Why did you move the house over to mom? Well, mom, she's going to be living in the house. All right. Why did your mom lend you all this money? Oh, so dad could qualify for Medicaid. That was the one thing he shouldn't have said. Why? Because the loan has to have a legitimate purpose. It worked fine, except he said the purpose for the loan was just to get dad Medicaid. So he opened his mouth, and that's why it got denied. And he knew not to do that. We told him not to do that, but he's like, well, I just figured, I think he actually said it. Well, I just wanted to know what was going on, and I just figured I'd ask forgiveness for you. Well, it wasn't us he needed to ask forgiveness from. It was mom. All right, so number 9, don't go to the Medicaid office for help. Don't do it. There's one story that I've got listed there. But I'm going to give you another one too. This happens, and it's, again, just proving the Medicaid caseworker isn't your friend when it comes to planning. People go, well, look, we're in dire straits. The Medicaid caseworkers down at the Medicaid office, they're there to help us. Let's go down. And so this happens. Okay, well, all right. Well, let's see what we can do here. I just need you to fill out some information here and some financial information. Here's this form. Just go ahead and fill this out, and we'll take a look and see what we can do. And so they go ahead, they fill it out, and it's like, okay, sign there at the bottom. They sign. They go, application denied. What do you mean application? We just came down here to ask some questions. Nope, that's a Medicaid application you just filled out and you signed it. We were just looking for, we were looking to ask some question. Well, right at the bottom, it says there, under penalties of perjury, this is a Medicaid application, and you just submitted it. Your application is denied. So now they have a rejected Medicaid application on file. So even if they came to us or another planner and did everything right to move things around, it's got 10 times the scrutiny on it because there was already a denied application. So, yeah, this happens all the time when people just go for help. They get that denied application in the file, and suddenly everything else becomes that much more difficult.